Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back to another Tashie's Tips Tuesday. Hopefully this one is on Tuesday when you're watching this, but who knows? I feel like this is just like Tashie's Tips of the week, to be fair. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking more about posing, not even just posing. Basically, the video is how to take cool photos in tourist spots, because I feel like we've all been there, especially when you go traveling or just to new cities and there's certain like landmarks, tourist spots you really want to go and visit and you really want to take a picture, but then you get there and you're like, and you're just like a tourist and it's not really that cool, it's not got much of a cool vibe. So I just want to give you a few of my tips on what I like to do in those situations. Okay, so tip number one is definitely sit down. I do this all the time, as you can see here. So I feel like if you're just standing there, it does look very touristy and it looks like your classic just holiday snapshot. Whereas I feel like if you sit down, whether that's on the floor like here, like I did in Hong Kong, or sitting on a wall like this, for example, just sitting just makes the photo seem a bit more relaxed and a bit more, sometimes a bit more candid, but even if you are posing, it still just looks cooler. I feel like you can just get a cooler shot because it's a little bit more, like people don't do it so much. Most people are just standing because you just think, take a picture of the view, you know? Another great one, so that's just sitting. In any situation, like sit down, even if it's on the floor. Like the Hong Kong one, I'm sitting on the floor, but it looks cool, you know? The LA one, for example, I really wanted to get the view in, but they had these really cute sofas. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit on this sofa because that's gonna look a lot better than me just standing here. So sitting down, sounds so stupid. Sitting down is definitely like my number one tip because it's just so easy to do. Moving on to number two, a little bit harder, and obviously you do have to have someone with you, but the chances are you probably do if you're trying to get a photo of yourself anyway, is to do the hand shots, you know, like the reaching back, take my hand type vibe. You can definitely get a really cool shot like this, and you're getting in a really nice scenery and nice like view, but it looks cooler because it's just a different shot than just like a classic tourist shot. This one works really well with like couples. It doesn't have to be. I've done this with my girlfriends and Pete. But I think for boyfriends shots, it's actually a really cute photo because it's like you're holding hands, it's all cute. So I definitely recommend this one as number two. Moving on to number three, which kind of goes with number two, but it's just like take a photo from behind instead of the front. So like a back shot. It does help if you've got like something cool on the back, like for example these in New York, my hoodie was quite cool on the back, so a behind photo worked really well. Or even like this t-shirt I'm wearing now, actually, I think I've done a back shot in Trafalgar Square in London because it just looked quite cool against the lions rather than just me being like, but yeah, just don't forget about your back, because I know we automatically think when we take a photo like your face, but sometimes less is more, and if you show less of yourself, then it actually can make a really cool photo, especially if your focal point really is the view. You just want to show that you're there, especially like reaching your arms up and doing movements with your hands works really cool. I took some really cool ones like in New York in the hotel like this, one of my favorite photos. So yeah, definitely don't underestimate the power of your back. My fourth tip would be movement. Try and move a lot. If you're trying to get like a good, maybe like a building in behind, like for example, this is the Natural History Museum, and I wanted to get a photo in front of the building because it's like a really cool building. It's like really nice, but you don't want to just stand there like this because you're just gonna look like a tourist. The building looks great, of course the building looks great, but as a photo as a whole, for more of like a cool vibe, it's just not the one. So do some movement, walk up and down, and just get your friend to just snap, 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 snap. Or obviously if you're using a tripod and a clicker, then just walk away and click, 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 click. So you're gonna get more of like a cool motion shot that does look a little bit more candid, like you're just walking by. Or another one, which is kind of five, but also kind of leading on with this one, is to get your friend in the shot. So for example, this one outside the Natural History Museum. Is it the Natural History Museum? Yeah. So me and my friend just got in the shot together, walking down the stairs, because we thought that would be cuter than just on our own, or just standing there. Peanuts snoring, sorry about that. So for this one, we actually just set the camera up in self-timer. We propped it up on our bag, or her bag, I think it was. And we just put it on self-timer. Make sure it's on live if you're going to do this, because you're going to get a ton more photo options from live when you're doing a walking photo. So either use burst, I personally prefer live. So take the photo on live. As you can see here, this is live, and you can scroll through and find that perfect movement shot. Bear in mind when you're using live though, that if you choose one that's not the shot that it's chosen, then it's not going to be the crispest, is that even a word? It's not going to be the best quality, because you're moving. I personally, you know how I feel about blurry movement shots, so I'm like totally down with that. But if you're quite particular about your shots being really crisp and in focus and detailed, then you might not like this option. But to me, it just adds to the mood, and I think just go with the blur, like it looks really cool. Especially when it's far away like this one. Like, I really love how this came out. I thought it looked super cute, holding hands, skipping down the stairs. When you are doing this kind of shot, whether it's walking or down the stairs like we're doing here, as you can see, we are exaggerating the movement. Don't just like walk down like your everyday walk. You do have to kind of exaggerate the movement a little bit to make sure you get like a more, I don't know how to explain it. It just looks better, like just trust me. It's going to feel awkward and it's going to feel weird, but the more exaggerated you can be with the shot, it's going to look better, like just trust me. That live, by the way, also goes hand in hand with the back shot. Like for example, the one I did at Shrag Square, if you're flipping your hair around, then you need live, because you're going to capture that blurry flip of hair, which makes for a really cool photo like this, you know, rather than just like a, this is me from behind. So yeah, definitely do that. For my last tip, is this number 6? I think this is number 6. My last tip is don't worry if you're not in the shot. Use your hand. You can do quite cool stuff with just your hand, or even like a flower, a rose. I did these in New York, I think it was. Or even your feet. Like this, for example, in Hong Kong. I never posted this, but I do think it's quite cool. So you don't worry if your whole body is not in it. Like it can just be part of your face, like this. Or it can be a rose, like this. Like, just think outside the box. And you got to think, you're in this tourist spot really because you want a picture of your surroundings. You want the picture of the view. So that really is the most important bit. You're kind of almost the prop in this situation. So you're trying to make the view look cooler and make it look like, yeah, like a aesthetic picture that you would want to post. Because if you like aesthetic stuff and you have that kind of feed that's a bit more, I guess a little bit more like Tumblr-esque or a little bit more vibey, then you're not going to want to post a photo where you and a friend like, you know? So these are the tips I'd recommend. Don't get me wrong, like in all these in all these places, you see the aesthetic versions on my Instagram, but don't worry, I have plenty of fun, stupid, touristy photos with my friends. I'll try and insert some here so you can get the gist. But make sure to take like memories as well as just cool photos, because don't stress about cool photos. It's cool to get a cool photo, and I don't know if it's just me or if you guys like this too, but if you do get a photo that you really love, you get quite excited. I get quite excited if I get a photo that I really love. But I get just as excited at getting like a really stupid photo with my friends, just memories, you know? So don't forget to capture the memories at the same time as trying to get cool aesthetic shit, because they're really important. And if they don't make it with the gram, that's okay. Like, you don't have to share everything on the gram. They can just stay in your camera roll. So that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you found this helpful. If you take any of my tips on board and you use them in any photos coming up, then definitely tag me on Instagram because I would love to see them. And that's everything for this week, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. How many times do I say guys? Like, guys, 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 guys.